From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, April 14th, 2015. Silver is trading at $16.31 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,201 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $226. Antiwar.com reports Israeli officials are once again outraged and inconsolable after Russia reversed a long-standing ban on selling defensive missile systems to Iran. They're also pretty sure it's Obama's fault. Intelligence Minister Yuval Steinitz claimed that the reversal was a direct result of the U.S. agreeing to the P5+1 nuclear framework with Iran, saying Iranian access to the defensive weaponry would increase aggression. Israel has long opposed the sale of the S-300, an anti-aircraft defense system, to Iran, arguing it would considerably inconvenience them in their oft-threatened plans to attack Iran. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov confirmed the reversal was a function of the framework agreement, noting the sale of the defensive missiles should no longer be a problem. U.S. officials, even if they are slightly more willing to go against Israel's wishes, but still feels the need to give lip service to Israel's will, and thus issued a statement condemning Russia, saying it was unhelpful to allow such sales. In Survivor Max by Davi Barker, 11-year-old Max must survive the zombie apocalypse alone in New Hampshire. Slow-moving and non-thinking, the lame brains swarm his home searching for living flesh. Max must apply his Porcupine Freedom Scouts training to plan his escape, but first he must prove that he's too smart to die. Look for Survivor Max on Facebook and Amazon, or read Chapter 1 free at survivormax.com. UPI reports telephone service provider Sprint has agreed to pay $15.5 million in a settlement to the federal government for allegedly overcharging for wiretap services. Sprint was accused of overcharging the government by about 58% and earning $21 million in additional profits between 2007 and 2010 for conducting wiretaps. The government reimburses telecommunication companies like Sprint or AT&T for reasonable expenses whenever the government orders wiretaps. The government claimed Sprint violated Federal Communications Commission guidelines set up in 2006 by adding cost not covered under federal law, including the cost of financing modifications to equipment facilities and services installed to comply with the Communications Assistance for the Law Enforcement Act wiretapping law established in 1994. Sprint tapped phones for the FBI, the DEA, and other agencies. The company denied wrongdoing after the settlement was announced. The federal government reported 3,576 wiretaps were conducted in 2013, a 5% increase from the previous year. About 88% of those wiretaps in 2013 were related to narcotics. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports a former Blackwater security guard was sentenced to life in prison and 3 others got 30-year terms on Monday in the massacre of 14 unarmed Iraqi civilians at a Baghdad traffic circle in 2007, closing a case that had outraged Iraqis and inflamed anti-U.S. sentiment around the world. The incident from September 2007 stood out for its brazenness and formed a tense backdrop to talks between the United States and Iraq over the continued presence of U.S. forces in Iraq. It also sparked debate over private security contractors working for the U.S. government in war zones. The 4 guards opened fire with machine guns and grenade launchers on the Iraqis, including women and children, at Nicer Square. A heavily armed 4-truck Blackwater worldwide convoy the men were in had been trying to clear a path for U.S. diplomats. Nicholas Slatton of Tennessee was convicted in October of killing the driver of a car the defendants had argued at trial they believed contained a bomb. Paul Slough of Texas, Evan Liberty of New Hampshire, and Dustin Hurd of Tennessee, who were convicted of manslaughter, were each sentenced to 30 years in prison, the mandatory minimum they could face. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.